Hello, astronauts. Today's space mission is to learn about something really awesome, the International Space Station, or ISS. The ISS is a giant science lab floating in space, about 400 kilometers above Earth. It's where astronauts from around the world live, work, and do experiments, like testing how plants grow in space or how the human body changes without gravity. And get this, the ISS is huge. It's about the size of a football field, with big solar panels that stretch out like wings. Inside, there's enough room for 6 astronauts, computers, science labs, a kitchen, and even a small bathroom. When and how was it built? The ISS wasn't launched all at once. The first part went up in 1998, and more pieces were added over time using rockets and space shuttles. Astronauts and robotic arms helped build it piece by piece while floating in orbit, like putting together a giant Lego set in space. How does it stay in space? Does it have an engine like a plane? Nope. The ISS doesn't have an engine like an airplane because airplanes need air, and there's no air in space. Instead, the ISS was placed in orbit by rockets and now flies super fast, about 28,000 kilometers per hour. That's 17,500 miles per hour. It's going so fast that even though it's falling toward Earth, it keeps missing it, and that's what keeps it in orbit. It also gets small boosts from visiting spacecraft to keep it from slowing down. How long do astronauts stay there? Most astronauts live on the ISS for about 6 months, but some stay longer, even a whole year, to help scientists learn about long-term space travel. How do they sleep in space? With no gravity, beds aren't needed. Astronauts sleep in sleeping bags strapped to the wall so they don't float away. They drift off gently, like floating in a bubble. Sounds relaxing, right? What happens if something breaks? If the ISS needs fixing, astronauts go on spacewalks in special suits to repair things on the outside. There's also a robotic arm that helps move parts or assist with repairs, like a giant space helper. Can you see the ISS from Earth? Yes. And you don't need a telescope. It looks like a bright white dot moving quickly across the sky. It doesn't blink like a plane. The best time to spot it is just after sunset or before sunrise, when the sun lights it up. You can check NASA's Spot the Station website to know exactly when it'll fly over your area. Pretty amazing, right? There's a whole football field-sized lab flying above us right now, with astronauts living, working, and exploring space.